The headline first. Disunity among elected representatives gradually affecting people, says President of Ukhrul Kanglei Pak Soraisam Sanjit. And farmers meet held to begin paddy sowing in 11 villages in Kumbi Assembly constituency. Hello, a very good afternoon and welcome to Pm-Istv English News at 2 p.m. You with me, Jingshubam Kandukaps Janu. Now let's see the news in details. President of Ukhrul Kanglei Pak Soraisam Sanjit pointed out that the lack of unity among people's representative has been gradually impacting the lives of ordinary citizens. He made the statement during the celebration of 25th Foundation Day of Ukhrul Kanglei Pak held at Laishram Khulem Leikai Community Hall at Nauremthong. President of Kanglei Ima Lup Ima R.K. Sanahanbi, President of Kanglei Ima Lairik Leima, and former President of Ukhrul Kanglei Pak K.S.I. Somrendro graced the occasion as the dignitaries. The attendees observed 2-minute silence to honor the deceased souls of former members, advisors, and those who have died in the Manipur conflict. Speaking for the Soraisam Sanjit stressed that the vital need of the elected representative to make efforts to form a popular government in order to bring back peace and normalcy in Manipur. On the other hand, he highlighted that since its establishment in July 2001, Ukhrul Kanglei Pak has been working relentlessly to protect and uphold the state's integrity. He also reiterated the collective stance of the CSOs when it comes to safeguarding the territorial integrity of Manipur.
Iremdam asi kaiba yaroi haiba adugumba wakhalonda laiwei khraba ahalaman kayama akomlupu nungsibiduna makhoina akomlup asi saphong birambani aduna akomlupna leiriba makhai Kanglei asi kaihendana ba honabada thodang lauraga lai hairiba ireipak asi kaidana ba honabada tongan ba iremdam asi da thokpa thodok wathok singda akomlupna punna chatminariba luploi sing amadi tongan ba Manipurda leiriba lupsingi punna khusamnaraga ireipak iremdam asi kaihendana ba honabada achawa akomlupna su achawa thodang Logzagani Manipurda CSO Leramda Taragadi Ngasi Sotaraiba Tongan ba Laina Sotaraiba Singasi CSO Singasina Leram Dragadi Hena Marai Chaitabadu Weramgadavani CSO Amagi Magi Lichat Haibatare Tongan Bamagi Wakalon ideologies in Inamak Lena Vangatani Adubu Magi ideology Tongan Taragasu Adubu Iramdam Kunai Sigi the Makta Kaibayaro Haibadugumba Wakalon in Inamak Lay Haibatare Ado Hausi Apunba Maigada Mayon the Chanchilak Pasidi Kudimakna Masidi Pungning Togar from Toi Taram no Pum Toi Hibasim.
Farmers of Kumbi Assembly constituency held a meeting to begin paddy sowing in 11 villages where the Manipur conflict had previously restricted agricultural activities. Villagers of Napat Tangjeng, Pombi Khok, Chadon Pokpi, Chairel, Laingobi, Mangjil Wangu, Sagang and Kujumantabi along with members of Kokumi Farmers Wing took part in the meeting held at the community hall of Wangu Ahalup Mayailekai. During the meeting, the farmers highlighted their instant struggle owing to the prevailing conflict. Farmers are struggling to make ends meet as their access to their paddy field was restricted since the conflict broke out, they said. The meeting deliberated on taking up measures to initiate paddy sowing in this field as early as possible. Co-convener of Kokumi Farmers Wing Laishram Kiran told media person that it was unfortunate that Meitei farmers have been denied of access to their owned paddy field, citing security measures by the central forces in connection with the conflict. He also said such action has brought intense impact on the food production of Manipur. He then lashed out at the central forces for being biased, alleging that the central forces have allowed cookies to farm on Meitei's agricultural lands. Kokumi Farmers Wing also sought attention of the government to provide security cover to the farmers to work freely at their fields.
na changchel lakanda ekhoi mokol bu ta thoba amasung ekhoi gi hana ipai bu na thambiram ba lopham adu udaya de haidana ekhoi changchel ni nabagi matam adu yore mokoi na changbe ya ro haile bu mopham do adu gi wa ba security thamasu adu gi manu bo ki ekhoi lo sansi hai bu mopham sima thamjali.
A regional political party named Democratic People Front DPF has been launched in Manipur today. The party held its first public convention under the theme The Voice of Manipur at GM Hall. Principal and Chairman of Kumbi College Laichombam Gopal, President of Democratic People Front Dr. Ngarengbam Rajiv Kumar and social activist Asankasar too attended the program with internally displaced person. President of Democratic People Front Ngarengbam Rajiv Kumar told media person that in this crucial juncture, the state needs leaders who work as per the sentiments of people. It's high time for the people to choose regional political parties that understand their sentiments and needs of the masses, he said. He also mentioned that Democratic People Front is all prepared to field over 32 candidates in the upcoming 2027 Manipur Assembly election.
Kogi lekai lekai da ima lebak ki namak tadi kaptana teng thadana na orga leriba lebak pu nuksi jaba mya mana ngasi upai le tadana paisagi lilas da koi ngauna dana tawriba myam singse makoi saguri chaje janu yumdo ahobo ojasanu lebak ki namak ta apa thok torkane haba mi orga di dpm na thonau thong launa hangtok tana makoi butana mokchari amasung akoi inclusive oiba akoi jati furup levini myam singse da koina akoi ga chamina ba yaba nuksi ba group singse lebak pu nuksi jaba khanba myam singse akoi khanjal laga da akoi myam singse hena thadun na bai plan ni adu wari sana ba di kuntra ga ni thoi degina kuntra tret ado ba ke koi di range loire adu na hoji ki pot singse yam athu matam da koi sapong na ba ke adu su adu ga chingi sei da koi na hoji ki mo ki wana di akoi gi class mo group to di hai se koi hajar roi adu bu akoi ga chamina ba yaba hoji ki oi ba di leire lu leiri ba myam singse wari kan sanamina ri bhata mina ba mchangi adu ga hoji koi valley da di kuntra ga ni thoi se adu gi sang da nei.
Delta Advanced School Kwaketel commenced an appreciation and interaction program for the recently commissioned Armed Forces officer from Manipur. The event was graced by the principal, Delta Advanced School Laishram Achoba, and Secretary, Delta Advanced School KH Ishwar as the main guest. Lieutenant A. Nauton Maitei, Taubal Ningombam, GCL, IMA Ramesh Singjamai Chingamathak and Lieutenant Meghanath Soibam of Taubal Kiam Wangmataba. Principal of Delta Advanced School Laishram Achoba expressed to the media that the event was organized in order to discern the newly commissioned officers and encourage the students to achieve their goals with great will and perseverance whilst wishing them a great future ahead.
Simba yaiba ki tarang da katupang amga thonama loina marueba thongdang khar longnaba kari daka lebege karmaina honagani subject combination nong da pung kya study toba kari strategy kari plan preparation confidence na singba bodhi hangoraga makoisu makoi gum bijati kan besida saru ya jege haibegi pandamda kana nasigi program si sinjawani.
First anniversary celebration cum CIF Fund Distribution Program of Thanga Ima Village Level Federation was held under the theme Poverty, Elevation and Women Empowerment at Thanga Haisnam Lekai. General Secretary Administration NPP Manipur Haisnam Roshil, Cluster Coordinator Block Mission Management Unit Bishnupur, CDO Block MSRLM S Vikram and others prominent leaders of Thanga graced the occasion as the main guests. The dignitaries handed over CIF funds to the members of the self-help groups. Speaking at the chief guest of the program, Haisnam Roshil expressed the need of the members of the self-help groups to utilize their funds efficiently. He said such step will subsequently help in boosting the state's economic status.
Federation Layer Shumba scheme Kari Loktaba Yagi say a labor department was Abricum Grande Atopus in the Tanaraga Federation Zuma Punna labor taragadi, a active oina, Punna labor taragadi, I work any social scheme wagra, industry wagra, any Tabamalaka, Punna labor taragadi, Punna Tena Minavada, income my pocket and Hale, Duga, away Chapat Param.
Ukhrul District Bar Association has raised a question over the delay in constructing the long overdue Ukhrul District and Session Court Complex at Rayotang Ukhrul. President of Ukhrul Bar Association Advocate Michael Zimic in a press briefing expressed the collective frustration of legal fraternity and the wider community over the stalled project. He pointed out that the foundation stone for the district and session court complex of Tamenglong and Ukhrul was laid on the same day by then Chief Minister of Manipur Ukhrul Singh on 12 February 2016. The construction of Tamenglong district and session court complex has been completed and it's functioning smoothly. However, Ukhrul remains stuck in bureaucratic delay tactics and government indifference. The silence of Law Department of Manipur and the district administration of Ukhrul on this very issue is very unfortunate, he said. Advocate Michael Zimic squarely blamed the Law Department of Manipur, who is responsible for issuing tender and bidding for the construction of a court complex, the district administration, especially the SDO Ukhrul, for their lack of will and commitment.
Honorable Chief Minister of Manipur, Sri Kumbi Singh, laid the foundation of the complex in the year 12 February 2015. All the other district court has completed and started functioning, whereas the Ukhrul district and session court complex has never been started till date. Hence, the Ukhrul district bar association has prayed to the concerned authority to start the construction of district and session court complex Ukhrul at the earliest.
In the national news, the Quad Minister condemned the Pahalgam terror attack in the strongest term that claimed the lives of 26 civilians and firmly pitched for action against cross-border terrorism. In a joint statement, the ministers, however, did not mention Pakistan or the four-day military conflict between the Indian and Pakistani militaries in May. The meeting at the U.S. capital city on Tuesday was attended by External Affairs Minister S. J. Shankar, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Australian Foreign Minister Penny Wong and her Japanese counterpart Tasuke Iyawa. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is set to embark on a momentous 8-day 5-nations diplomatic tour starting from 2nd July, his longest international visit in over a decade. The journey is reached in historic first and symbolic milestone showcasing New Delhi's deepening engagement with the global south while enforcing India's strategic presence across continents. The tour covers Ghana, Trinidad and Tobago, Argentina, Brazil and Namibia and will conclude several unprecedented and rare prime ministerial engagements. The CBI investigation has arrested 3 doctors and 3 others for facilitating the submission of favorable inspection report in exchange for bribes. A case has been registered against the office bearer of Sri Rawatpura Sarkar Institute of Medical Sciences and Research, Nava Raipur, Chhattisgarh, inspecting doctors and other intermediaries for allegedly manipulating the statutory inspection process in return for bribes. The designated assessors allegedly gave favorable reports to various medical colleges in exchange for illegal gratification. Acting on information, the CBI led a trap and apprehended 6 individuals while they were transacting the bribe amount. The CBI has also conducted searches at more than 40 locations across 6 states in connection with the case. In the international news, we have the United States has decided to pause shipment of certain weapons to Ukraine over concern about declining U.S. stockpiles, marking a setback for Kyiv as it faces intensifying Russian attacks. The munitions of the question had previously been promised by the Biden's administration to Ukraine to bolster its defense in the ongoing war now in its 4th year. The post reflects shifting priorities under President Donald Trump and follows a Defense Department review that raised alarms over the current state of U.S. military reserves. While White House spokesperson Anna Kelly said in a statement that the decision was made to put Americans' interests first, following a border review of the nation's military support and foreign assistance commitment. Since Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in February 2022, the U.S. has provided more than $66 billion in weapons and military aid to Kyiv. Yemen's Houthi group military spokesperson Yahya Sarwia claimed that they had carried out a special military operation successfully striking Ben Gurion Airport in Tel Aviv. Central Israel using a hypersonic ballistic missiles of the Palestine II type, achieving the goal of forcing millions of shelters to shelter and disrupting airport operation. He further claimed that a wave of one-way unmanned aerial vehicles UAV attack targeted what he described as 3 sensitive sites in Eilat, Tel Aviv and Ashkelon. Well, before we close, the headlines once again. Disunity among elected representatives gradually affecting people, says President of Akom Lup Kangleipak Suraisam Sanjit. And farmers meet held to begin paddy sowing in 11 villages in Kumbi Assembly constituency. That's all we have for the moment. Thank you for joining with us.